to take that point to the Congress party as well. Swaty ji, before you answer Amitabh ji on his points, there's a point that I want to raise. Why is it that the Congress party dragged its feet when it came to knocking at the doors of the court? Often it is true, and I'm glad that due process is being followed. You went to the Sessions Court, the High Court, and the Supreme Court. But political parties and well-placed individuals in our country are known to directly approach High Court or Supreme Court in this country. And in this case, Rahul Gandhi's MPship and his political existence was under question. There was no sense of urgency that was shown by the Congress party. Even to approach the Sessions Court, it took the Congress party weeks. Was the Congress party dragging its feet to milk the situation politically?
Sure, thank you for asking this question, because this is what is leading to a lot of confusion. Now, when you gave the example of Mr. Pawan Khera or the other individuals who go straight to the Supreme Court, you would notice that Mr. Pawan Khera went to the Supreme Court. There were multiple FIRs. So when there are multiple jurisdictions, multiple states involved, that's when you go to the Supreme Court. Whether it was for the spokesperson of the BJP who went straight to the Supreme Court, or if it was for the news, the editor-in-chief of a particular news channel that went into straight to the Supreme Court, or whether it is Pawan Khera who went straight to the Supreme Court. So when there are multiple jurisdiction of states, various states involved, that's when you go to the Supreme Court. Otherwise, in this matter, in this defamation case, there is a criminal, CRPC there. There is a procedure laid out. You first go to MA.
Wasn't he granted a bail from the court? Wasn't he granted? Wasn't he granted a bail from the court, or an interim protection for his? Please. Yes, Sanju ji, I'm coming. Let Swaty finish her argument. Then Sanju Verma, please. Swaty, please go ahead.
Yeah, please tell me. Please ask your question again.
I wanted to ask you that in the case of Pawan Khera, there was also an immediate relief that was granted to him by the Supreme Court. It was not just clubbing of FIRs.
Yes. He was granted protection. He was granted protection for a few days, but that's because there were multiple states involved. It wasn't one particular FIR only. There were multiple states, and that's why he went. He said that there's too many. Where all can he go and defend himself? That's what happened, and that is why he was granted protection. And he was the Dwarka magistrate was also told to grant bail for 3-4 days.
No. Similar situation.
Anusha, can I come in, please?
One second. Please allow.
Multiple FIRs were there.
Amitabh ji, I'll come to you.
Amitabh ji, I'll come to you. Why Rahul Gandhi didn't?
Amitabh ji, I'll come to you. That's a legitimate question to ask, and that's the question I had put to the Congress spokesperson as well. Sanju Verma, please make your point.
Anusha, we can go in circles round and round, but I think the key point that needs to be mentioned here is, has there been past precedents when people who have been convicted have lost their qualification as a Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha MP or an MLA? Yes. Has there been the Lily Thomas case of 2013 and the Lok Prahari case of 2018, which have upheld conviction and have upheld disqualification of the concerned person? Yes. Is Rahul Gandhi somebody who's a habitual offender? Yes. Did Rahul Gandhi, even after the Surat District Court's judgment, apologize when he had enough time? No. Is Rahul Gandhi arrogant? Yes. Has Rahul Gandhi's case by his counsel shown to be exceptional to the Surat Sessions Court? The judge said that the counsel for Rahul Gandhi failed to prove that Rahul Gandhi's conviction for 2 years and his subsequent disqualification is the rarest of rare cases. And the most important point is this. Rahul Gandhi started his speech by saying this, Anusha, मैं आपसे एक सवाल करना चाहता हूं. ये जो मोदी, नीरव मोदी, ललित मोदी, नरेंद्र मोदी, ये सब मोदी चोर क्यों होते हैं? Which means he categorically tried to malign the entire community of OBCs which have Modi as their surname and refused to apologize. So I will say even 2 years is very less for Rahul Gandhi.
He said these three individuals are chores.
Okay.
2 साल की सजा भी कम है. Rahul
All right.
Gandhi is
Touseef Ahmed Khan, a quick reaction from you, and I'll take the last word from Swaty Malik. Touseef ji, go ahead.
You see, just now the panelists before me mentioned that Rahul Gandhi mentioned 3 names and said that why Modis, these 3 Modis are thieves.
Yeah.
So how is he saying that the entire community is thief? I mean, she is making her own interpretation only to build a case against Rahul Gandhi. This case
शर्म करो.
If these three
Rahul
people,
Gandhi
these
abused
three
the
people,
Prime Minister of this
Narendra
country,
Modi can go
Sanjay ji,
straight.
sitting
let-
here and
let
getting
him finish
elected
his
by
argument.
political
Rahul
morality.
Gandhi.
थोड़ी
Let him
शर्म
finish his
करो.
argument. Sanjay ji, let
Rahul
him
Nirav
finish his
Modi,
argument.
Nirav Modi,
Let him finish
Lalit
his argument.
Modi
I'll
and
come to
Narendra
you for a
Modi. These
rebuttal.
three people can go
Touseef.
and file a case against Rahul Gandhi. Then that
So
would be
you're
a
saying the
legitimate
Prime
case.
Minister
If
can be
Narendra Modi
abused
today goes to court and
repeatedly by
says, "Why
Rahul
did you
Gandhi,
call
and
me
the
thief?"
BJP should be sitting and twiddling its thumbs. You're saying
Anushka,
Rahul Gandhi has a carte
small
blanche to
Nirav
intervention.
Modi,
repeatedly abuse the
There
Lalit
has
Prime
to be
Minister.
and
no.
Narendra
There has
Modi
to be a decorum to
people
this
can
debate.
file
There
a
has to
case
be a decorum to
against
this
Rahul
debate.
Gandhi, not
Touseef
anybody or
Ahmed Khan
everybody.
right now, and then I'll take in a word from others. Touseef, finish your point. 30 seconds.
See,
No, he
only
can't be
three
abusing
people
the
who was
Prime Minister.
named by
Sanjay ji, I'll
Rahul
come to you.
Gandhi.
Yeah.
Do not disturb me. Only
Touseef ji,
three
finish his
people
argument.
named
Yeah.
by Rahul Gandhi,
Yeah.
Nirav Modi and Lalit Modi and Narendra Modi can file a case against Rahul Gandhi and hold him to court that why did you call me thief? And then court can examine whether that was an insult to these three individuals or not. Why? How is this case becoming a insult to the entire community? There is no
That argument,
proper
Touseef, needs to be
interpretation of
proven
that.
in a court of law. I mean, it's as simple as that. You and I can have a kangaroo court here and decide whether it's true or not, but a court of law has to decide. And when the magistrate court decided, they said it is an insult to the community and the offence is taken and there's an offence which is made out. A quick response from Swaty and then I'll go to Sanju Verma. Yes, Swaty.
Well, let me clarify right in the beginning. I mean, at the end of the debate, of course, but which I was saying earlier also, we have the highest regard for the court of law.
Yeah.
We have the highest belief and faith in the judicial system that we have in the country, and that is why we will be availing our remedies available, the constitutional remedies available before us with the High Court and then to the Supreme Court if the need be. So let me just clarify that when we criticize the judgment, we are not criticizing the court or the integrity of the court.
I take that
Secondly,
point.
second thing I want to make very clear out here, because this whole judgment that we are talking about, right? Of course, like I said, we can discuss the grounds as well. But if you see, the judge has in last 3 pages of the judgment only said insults to the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. That is what he's discussing for 3 pages. But Mr. Narendra Modi, like my dear friend Touseef right now said, Mr. Narendra Modi is not before the court. Secondly, this judgment also relies upon Navjot Singh Sidhu's judgment. And they say that, okay, when you're talking about suspension of conviction, you need not go into the merits yet. The session court has gone into merits because in Mr. Sidhu's case, where he was tried for murder and convicted for murder, his conviction was set aside.
I'm totally short of time. The last word from Sanju Verma. Last word from Sanju Verma. Sorry, Swaty, I'm short of time. I have to give time to everyone. Sanju, please.
I need to rebut now.
Swati, you made your point. Swati, you made your point very successfully. Sanju Verma, please. One at a time.
This is not fair.
Sanju Verma, please. Yes,
Thank
Sanju.
you.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Anusha, let me be very clear that for the Congress spokesperson to be sitting here and saying that, the last 3 pages of the judgment only spoke about Prime Minister. Yes, as Prime Minister of the country, he deserves an iota of respect. Rahul Gandhi continued saying, Chaukidar chor hai, even after Supreme Court asked him not to. Finally, Meenakshi Lekhi had to file a contempt of court complaint against him. It was then that Rahul Gandhi said, please, with folded hands to the Supreme Court, mujhe maaf kar dijiye. This is the same Rahul Gandhi who in Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh used derogatory words for Amit Shah, saying murder accused Amit Shah, despite the fact that the Supreme Court in 2016 gave a clean chit to Amit Shah in the Sohrabuddin encounter case. My limited point is this. Rahul Gandhi has not learned his lessons. He behaves like a politically juvenile person who's trying to settle his political scores by maligning the judiciary. And Anusha, this was said by the Supreme Court in its historic verdict on 5th April 2023, few days back, when Abhishek Manu Singhvi was representing 14 opposition parties, saying that the Modi government is misusing ED and CBI. And Justice Chandrachud said, if you do not have political space, you need to fight your political battles at the hustings, but not within the premises of the judiciary. We will not fight